Welcome everyone to the 5th episode of QCast. I am your host, Glory, and today I'm joined with Pengo1998 from Nexion Armada. Pengo, say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, and then Rocky and Cringy, they decided not to join us, and they didn't inform me, and they're assholes, and I don't like them. And yeah. Anyways, it happens. I'm sure I knew they were going to be busy today, so well, that happens. All right. Regardless, we're gonna have an interesting stream today because we have 3 big stories we need to cover. And unfortunately, they happened at the beginning of the week, so it's not like new or anything. But we're still gonna cover it, give our opinions on it, because it is important that people know about it. And if there's anyone that far out of the loop, then now the butt clenches come on. Oh well, too late. All right. So basically, the first big story is the fact that in the beginning of the week, specifically, I think Monday. Apologies, Monday. Terran Union and Terran Union Armed Forces split off. Terran Union Armed Forces decided to split off along with some of we had some technically difficulties. I need to fucking turn off notifications. I forget about that. I apologize. I'm a bad streamer. Anyways, so Terran Union and TUAF split. TUAF, along with some civilians of TU, decided to split off from Terran Union for many factors, and we're going to go through what we heard and basically what I have received on as of why. But first of all, I want to read off the statement that Zamaris has said. So, good day / evening, denizens of the Terran Union. It is not with regret, but with sadness, I must announce that the TUAF and individual civilians who chose our path are leaving TU to form a new nation called the Eldritch Order, which is now the Eldritch Nation. I would like to thank you all and the Terran Union for my time here, especially at Fleet Admiral Coke, whom I feel we owe an apology to. The intention was never to keep anyone in the dark, damage TU, or leave people in anger and confusion, but we believe that doing this swift and silent was the best option, causing as little damage as possible. Now, you might see some straggles behind, straggles. Is it supposed to be stragglers? I don't know. Some straggles.
Probably.
Yeah. Straggles going back to TU, and that is their own individual choice, which we respect. As much as we hope you can respect others' choice to go with this, I wish you all the best in the future, and I hope TU recovers. Thank you all for reading, and have a good one. No further information will be given at this time from TU officials. So, geez. I think there's only been one episode so far that we haven't discussed Terran Union. Thinking about it. Because the first episode we did was Terran Union leaving CSYN. No, there were 2. I apologize. Then last episode we discussed the ministers leaving. And now this. I feel bad for Terran Union. It sounds like they're not doing too hot. But let's go through everything that we've heard. I have gotten a lot of information, and I'm going to go through basically how I heard this whole thing play out, because my scenario is a little bit different. Basically, how I heard this whole thing was on Sunday. One of my associates organizations who was involved with Terran Union Armed Forces basically sent out a news flash to all of their, in his Discord, basically sent out something in news to join the Eldritch Nation. And I was thinking, like, this is weird. So we got into the DMs. We kind of discussed He gave me a bit of information about what happened. He gave me some chat logs. My voice is echoing. I think that was probably when Pengo is on push to talk. I don't think it's me specifically. I hope it's not me. Pengo, is my voice echoing for you?
No, it's fine for me.
Okay, so it's probably just when you click on voice push to talk. Anyways, so basically, from what I heard during that, people did not like the leadership, and there were issues that people obviously had. And over the week, I received more information from a few more sources, and this is basically what I have understood. And I'm going to try and go through it as much as possible and break it down. In the Terran Union leadership, there were two main people. One was Universal G. He was the founder of Terran Union, and he's the founder. And then you had Darius. Darius was the main leader. Universal G took kind of the backseat on that whole thing. From what I understand, Darius and Universal G had a bit of a falling out. And from what it sounded like, basically, the common consensus is that during Alpha, they will update the organization structure a little bit to include a third rank. Right now, you have members and you have legates. Basically, they will add in a super legate position where you will be able to kick legates and everything like that. Darius being the... I'm not Darius, I apologize. Yeah. Universal G will get the super legate rank at Alpha. So he will be able, and he has made multiple, from what it sounded like, he has made multiple statements saying that he's going to completely restructure Terran Union when he gets that super legate rate. Why do I keep on saying rate instead of rank? God, I'm tired today. Okay, so he was planning on kicking a lot of the legates, and that included Darius. And it sounded like a lot of the ministers were very upset that all of their hard work was going to go to waste. So that's, from what I can kind of tell, it sounds like that was why the ministers left. That their work was going to go to waste. And then after that, from what it sounded like, ex-TUAF, which is now 10, tried to make a power grab within the Minister Council. However, they were not successful due to apparently two people. When I first heard this, it was basically just, it sounded like two people were hogging all the power in the upper ranks, and now it sounds like it's just Darius and Universal G. And this was the thing that made Terran Union basically leave, TUAF basically leave Terran Union, and that was at least my part of the story. There's a lot of other things that happened in the background that people don't want me to particularly say, and I respect that. But that was basically the main gist of it, at least from what I have basically gathered, and from what I've kind of put together. Unfortunately, I'm not really involved with the Terran Union, so I don't really have a first-hand account. I got this all from people who I trust, of course, or else I wouldn't be saying it. But that is basically what it sounded like, and they decided to go away from Terran Union. From what it sounded like, it was basically going to be a professional split. So, and I think it was, even though it kind of spiraled out of control, I think, a little bit. But it sounds very, very I don't know what the word is. It's weird how this is all happening so quickly. I mean, don't you agree on that, Pengo? Like, this is just kind of spiraling out of control, I think, too much for...
No, I don't think it's so much out of control anymore. I think Terran Union might have some things out of control, but I mean, there's a
That's what I
new
meant.
group sort of rising from it.
Yeah.
So Terran Union is kind of really... I don't think we'll see them in being the largest org for very much longer if this keeps going on.
That's... Yeah, sorry, I didn't clarify. That's basically what I meant. Terran Union, I think, is having a lot of problems, and I think you're going to start seeing a lot more people leave Terran Union for this new... It's so hard not to say Terran Union Armed Forces anymore because we're so used to it. It's now 10, and that just doesn't... It sounds weird now. It sounds so weird. But, yeah, the Eldritch Nation, or 10, as people like to call it now, I guess, is now, I think, going to become the largest organization. And I think now another issue that came across with the Terran Union was someone who left, who decided to quit his job, still had a legate position, and the fact that he wasn't going to leave and give up that legate position also kind of messed with Terran Union quite a bit. That was back when Viridian Dawn was formed, back a long time ago.
Well, see, I'm even surprised, though, that they didn't have 3 levels in the first place. Because you really think that, I mean, that's sort of something that's pretty basic. You know, the founder founded it. They should have the most control. There shouldn't be people equal to the founder. So otherwise, exactly, for this exact reason, you have things like this happening. So I don't know why they didn't have a 3-person system in the first place. Also, I don't know why they're waiting so long to implement it. It shouldn't be that hard to add in another group. Especially since you figured they probably have most of the stuff in the back end already implemented. It's just a matter of actually deploying it.
Yeah, that was kind of my consensus on the whole thing. It sounded like it was going to be implemented before alpha, and the fact that now it's kind of waiting until alpha, it's a little bit upsetting. However, I mean, if they want to work on the game, I mean, who cares about the website?
Yeah, I mean, but it is kind of causing issues as is. I mean, not only that, most of the group system is already in place too, as is, obviously, since you have the legate versus member position. So giving, I don't know exactly how it's set up, so I can't say exactly, but usually it's not that hard to add in another group, or just to add in another group and give another group the ability to add and remove it.
Yeah.
So because I even have a problem with, I've kind of had a problem with that too. It's because, if I need someone to drop their legate position for whatever reason to test something or whatever, I have to have them leave and then rejoin rather than just removing it and then adding it back when I'm done.
Mm-hmm. And so one other thing that came out of this was a statement from Darius, the now ex-leader of Terran Union. I'm going to read this now. Bear with me. It's large. It's a large statement, and as previously shown, I don't do well with reading long things, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so here's what he said in the Terran Union Discord when he left. He is now officially not only leaving Terran Union, but he is leaving Dual Universe community in of itself. Here's what he said. Anyways, everyone, as of now, I leave Dual Universe. I might come back later, or maybe not. However, I'll continue lurking on the server, although I'll mute it. But I'm done wasting my time with something nobody besides me really wants. In a bigger community, I mean the Dual Universe community at large, where a minority is so topic, yep, God damn. So toxic that it is enough the entirety of the said community, and the devs screw us without hesitation, and then there's a little bit of grammar issues, so I'm trying to figure it out. And then refuse responsibilities. Maybe it isn't even the community, but the internet culture in general that gives birth to abominations like Kekistan and shit like it, but I don't care at this point. If you have questions, ask Fleet Admiral Coke, but not me. In fact, if you want to bother me with any dual universe stuff, you'll receive an insta-block. I sacrificed a year of my lifetime, so please respect that I don't want to spend more on it. FYI, yes, I dropped my politeness filter. Have a nice one. Bye. We were kind of making a joke, like saying, to be honest, it still seemed like he was very polite. But that was basically his. Yeah, he is German. So it was kind of tough to read the statements, but with the grammatical errors. But anyways, to basically reiterate, he kind of tells the truth. I mean, people do kind of treat this as a game, and I mean, it is. Let's be honest.
I mean,
However,
though how he points to things to just the internet as a whole, and specifically labels Kekistan. Like, what does that even have to do with dual universe?
I don't know. Do we know at all? Let's be honest here. Let me switch it back to our professional background. But my opinion on the whole thing is that yes, it is a game, and yes, you can't get too focused on it. However, there needs to be a balance. I do think he's right in saying that some people really don't give a shit, and just want, like, I bet some people in the Minister Council, or really in any high-end rank in any, like, organization right now, I'm sure there are a few people who just don't give a shit, they just want the rank. I mean, I think we'd be too naive to think that that's not true. However, it is just a game, and, you know, you can't, like, make it cause so much stress on you like it did to Darius. I think there needs to be a balance. Don't you agree with that, Pengo?
Well, I played Eve, so
let's just move on. He was also talking in the CSYN Discord for a little while. Cinderfall Syndicate is watching us, the official Cinderfall Syndicate. Thank you for watching us and watching our shitty content. I appreciate it. But anyways, he mentioned some things. He was having when this was new news back on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. When did I send this? This was Tuesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday. Fuck it. I don't care about dates anymore. So the he was basically having a conversation, basically saying that again, kind of reiterating what we just said. Like, people were having, like, it's a game, it's for fun attitude, and I agree with that. Excuse me. And you know, there's not much else to say. But now that the Fallout's pretty much done, at least for now, the main kind of thing is kind of past. We can kind of take a step back and kind of see what has happened. And basically, as of right now, not much. If you look at Terran Union, they are still the largest organization by a fucking long shot. However, they have lost quite a bit. I think, how many members were Terran Union on before this? I think it was like 480.
Yeah, it was pretty up there.
Yeah. Now they're at 447. So they are losing massive amounts of members. Let's not try and play it off. Like 40 people, they lost around 50. Apparently, they lost around 50. Like, that's the size of our organization. When you think about it, like, that would basically be all of GLSU. 50 out of 65, 15 people would be left. Like, that's crazy to think about. And it's crazy to see how much fallout they are getting from this. And there's also some things in the background that I've heard that they're going to do to get more people to join this Eldritch Nation. That again, I won't say at the moment because one, it's not public, and two, I don't want to start any wars with anyone about fucking us spying on people and shit like that. So, we'll try and keep it. We'll try and keep all this stuff on the down low, but it is crazy. This whole thing, like Eldritch Nation. Let's see. They put out a new post. The Eldritch Nation, a new name in the mix. Greetings, denizens of Dual Universe. As some of you may know, and others not, ex-TUAF, which was the military of the Terran Union, has broken off together with some civilians who took the same path. We are now 10, short for the Eldritch Nation, and we aim to be a solid force with a place amongst the Titans. TUAF was, as of now, will be reborn inside TU because we, who are now ex-TUAF, go under the name TEAF, the Eldritch Armed Forces. We seek strong-willed and ambitious. I can't read correctly, I swear. Alright, we see strong-willed and ambitious civilians and soldiers to become citizens of this nation. We, despite the sound of it, won't be entirely military oriented. We have an oligarchy. Oligarchy, yeah. I'm not even going to try to read it, but an oligarchy rule where 6 ministers lead the civilians, and the military has freedom of operation. I got there. And then they basically say, hey, you should join us. And yeah, all that good shit. And then, thank you for reading, and see you in the universe. So, it sounds like, and from what it sounded like in the DMs, it sounded like 10 was going to change their whole... Well, they were going to change their kind of organization to make it more suitable, not just a military organization, to kind of appeal to more people inside Terran Union when they left, which I think was the right thing to do. If they were convincing citizens of Terran Union to leave with them, I think they needed to kind of change it up, or else people would not want to join an only military organization. At least with how many people this is. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard by now, but there are rumors that Terran Union is going downhill, and I'm sure people believe that, and I personally think that they will go downhill eventually. True, I think they will go downhill faster than what I initially thought. I thought they would last about 6 months into the initial release into the game, as I thought most organizations would, at least large organizations now. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I can go into that more detail later on, or possibly, at some other time, because it's kind of an interesting, my point of view of it, I think it's rather an interesting point of view of why I think a lot of the larger organizations will only last for 6 months to a year into initial release, and then you will see an emergence of a lot of newer organizations that will become the Titans of Dual Universe. As of right now, though, these are the largest organizations, and but the big thing is that I think many people, I personally wonder if Terran Union is even going to make it into Alpha. To be honest, with all this stuff happening, it's very, very plausible to, I think, and with those rumors about Universal G doing restructuring once he gets his super legate rate. Why do I keep on saying rate? God, I'm tired. Oh, Great, Pengo went AFK. Shit. Alright, well, it's just me. Oh,
Here,
okay.
reading myself because the push talk doesn't work.
Oh, push to talk doesn't work? Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I'll try and figure that out. We did listen to people, by the way. We are trying out push to talk. At least Pengo is.
Well, no, I'm not, because it's not working, because it's still using voice activation. I know how to fix it. We can deal with it later, though.
Okay, well, alright, fair enough. We'll deal with it later. But we are trying. We are listening to you people. So, we're doing good. And Pango got his new microphone. The last time when everyone was complaining about the background noise in Pango's mic, it was because he was using his phone because his headset broke. So, yeah.
Yep, I broke it.
Yep. So, and also, side note, I'm going to be getting myself a new, hopefully a better headset soon. So, that'll be nice. Better mic quality overall for the streams and, just, better.
Then you can be annoying in high definition audio.
Yes, I can. It's amazing. I love hearing myself echo. It's amazing. All right. But regardless, it's very, I don't know. I think that is a general, I do think that's a very, I do think that's a very real question to ask. I mean, you can conflict with me here, Pengo, if you want to, but do you think Terrain Union's going to really last into after alpha or into beta?
Well, see, I don't even know. I think they might last through alpha, but I don't know if they'll last through beta. Not only that, while their numbers still say, however many hundred that they have, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the actual number of people who are active and actually play beyond, in time, all the way to official release will be quite lower.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
Because how many of those are either random people alt account who just decided they wanted to make alt accounts and drop it in there with their main account? And I'm not saying, Darius or Ultra G was doing it. I'm just saying
Ultra G. It's universal.
Universal.
Ultra G.
I'm saying random users that joined. How many of those people randomly decided they wanted to make an alt account and drop it in there?
Yeah.
If something happened to their main, they could still sort of spy on them with it.
Yeah.
So how many of those, and not only that, so how many are spies? How many are just inactive players who later decided that they didn't want to actually play the game? And then how many of those people are actually going to work together with them and not just run off on their own anyways?
I think that's a general question, though, for every larger organization, really. Because we even have that here in GLSQ. I mean, if you look at how many associate organizations we have and how many are active, it's a very sad ratio, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I hope that'll change, but it is what it is. So, moving onward from that, let's see. What else? I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much all that we can say about Terrain Union right now. I think we kind of covered everything. And gave our opinions on it and basically spread a lot of political gossip, which, I mean, basically people know that we're the political gossip thing anymore, it seems like. It's funny. I made the joke in the DUHS Discord that basically this entire episode was basically going to be like a bunch of older ladies who are at church and who just love to spread gossip. And then I was like, "Girl, TU and CSYN, sit down," and everyone laughed, and I felt wanted and appreciated, and felt that my jokes were funny. And then I went back to my own Discord and cried when people said that it wasn't. And yeah, I'm depressed. All right, moving onward. The next thing I think of discussion, unless Pengo, do you have anything else left to say about Terrain Union?
Not really.
Okay. Basically, now let's move on to CSYN. During this week, we also got a little bit of news from Cinderfall Syndicate regarding some change-ups in their organization as well. And here is the official statement. As of June 18th, 2017, the Cinderfall Syndicate has closed relations with the Diverse Unified Alliance/Accord (DUA) and the Galactic Republic of Planets (GRP). These were decisions made independently by Master Ed and Comrade Demoko. Yeah, I got that right. And recognized by the administration. But the Syndicate remains on good terms with both organizations. We regret to see these valued organizations of our Syndicate part ways with us, but we respect their decisions and remain hopeful of further cooperation down the road. So this did not really come to a huge surprise of me. Unfortunately, there has been issues for a little while. I don't know how much I can go into this, but the gist of it is, well, I don't know. How far can I go into this? Fuck it, I'm gonna go all in. Fuck it. Basically, what happened is that there were a few leaked documents that of chat logs, and I'm pretty sure this is pretty much common knowledge now, to be honest. There were leaked documents spread amongst the Grand Assembly members of CSYN, and they were basically a bunch of shit posts from some people in the higher ups of CSYN, basically, talking shit to some of the members of the Grand Assembly. And I think there were issues that came of that, and that was one of the main reasons why the organizations left. And also, there were also disagreements in the actual organizations. In the Grand Assembly, there were a lot of heavy arguments sometimes. And keep in mind, I'm actually in the Grand Assembly since GLSU is a Cinderfall member, so we can kind of... the chat logs were very old, yes. But anyways, I am a member of the Cinderfall Syndicate, so I kind of am able to give a first-hand account on this, even though, to be honest, it seems like I'm super far out of the loop too, because I don't fucking know anything, people. I was very it was funny when the whole Terran Union thing came out. I got all the information from my sources, and I was posting it. I was posting some of the information in CSYN Grand Assembly chat, and people were like, "We know," and I was too naive to think that spying was huge yet in the dual universe community, and yeah.
It's never too early to start spying on people.
Wait, what did you say?
I said it's never too early to start spying on people.
True. Who should we send in to spy on people? We need someone who can... Oh, I know. We'll send in Squidgy.
I got this.
We'll send in Squidgy.
I got EVE Online experience. I can do it.
We'll send in Squidgy. He'll distract everyone with his retarded ass voices and noises, and secretly he'll just fucking gather everyone. Plus, he's British. They're made to be spies. Let's be honest here. Anyways, so now that reminds me, Squidgy's actually going to be in charge of intelligence now because he's the new Department of Intelligence. He's the new head of the Department of Intelligence. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be great.
It works out perfectly.
Wait, what did you say? You were kind of muffled.
I said it works out perfectly then.
It does. We'll hire a bunch of British people to be our spies. Everyone will trust them, and then they shouldn't. So, anyways,
we'll destroy them.
Yes.
Crush them.
Moving onward from our plans to spy on everyone, basically, there were other arguments that I think led up to this, especially with GRP. I'm not going to go into them because I think I already went probably too deep into CSYN Grand Assembly confidentiality shit with why DUA left. But regardless, that is basically what happened. So you're seeing a huge change, in my opinion, with the political climate climate and with the large organizations, both with Terran Union and CSYN. I mean, keep in mind that in the beginning, like, these two were basically the powerhouses, and ever since, and it seems like in the past like 3 or 4 weeks, it seems like shit has really not gone well for them. Of course, I think it's went better for CSYN than Terran Union, but oh well. I can go anything to add on the whole thing with CSYN before I move on to the last topic discussion?
No, not really.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with the Cinderfall official YouTube. I forgot they were still watching us. Shit. Just the silent change of GLSU not being members, just like delete that out after this live stream. But anyways, it is important to remember that many of these conflicts with the Syndicate have been resolved with the advent of the revised charter, as well as the continued discussions. Yes, that is very true. While I'm also here, I'll give a little bit of promotion to Cinderfall. They have a new broadcast of Cinderfall TV. Fancy Vader and Code 24 from ODY, and Fancy Vader's from Solar Empire, I'm guessing, since they're kind of Star Wars oriented. They do this, and they're better. They're better at us. They have better content. You should go watch them instead of watching this. Go praise their good editing and animations, and come back and laugh at us at how shitty we are. But anyways, moving onward to the last discussion is basically our opinions my opinion basically on what how the political climate is right now in Dual Universe, and how I think it's going to shape up to be very soon. For this, I'm going to be using dustats.com. Over the week, Lord Void, the primary developer for this website, has updated it, so now it's all new information, and it's even more of a clusterfuck. If you can see this is just like, no one can read this, but we're going to go through and kind of analyze what has changed since the last time it was updated. So you definitely see a lot less connections with Terran Union, and CSYN, which is kind of weird to think, because they were so intertwined, and they still are to an extent, but like that Terran Union leaving CSYN really kind of dampened that. And see a lot of different things showing up. You see the emergence of more larger organizations. You see down here Palestria, which is the Brony organization, which I'm not even going to ask what that's for. See Axios. Well, this is the Brotherhood, Axios Empire. I could even zoom in correctly, and that fucking dev. That's a great name. Anyways, let's see. That's Band of Outlaws. It's kind of just interesting to kind of see how everything has kind of changed since this happened. But my whole opinion on what it's going to be like eventually, now that TU has left CSYN, and now that you see kind of things splitting up a little bit more, is here's what I think it will be. As of right now, there are 3 large alliance/coalition type organizations right now, and I think you are going to see these alliance/coalition type organizations get bigger. I will go over which ones they are. The biggest being SEN. SEN is the newest one. However, it is a huge alliance. Contrary to what it shows on here, it involves Terran Union, the Eldritch Nation, Silverlight Industries, Empire's down here, close to us. I believe, hold on, I have the list. I think it's Solar Empire and Axios Empire. I think that's the full list. And those are the big orgs, and I'm sure that's only going to get even bigger with that list, now that things are kind of picking up. Let me try and find that list again, just to make sure I didn't miss any. I feel like I missed one. I always feel like I miss one whenever I do it. But while my Discord decides to load on my phone, the next one is Cinderfall Syndicate. Cinderfall Syndicate is, of course, the oldest alliance coalition out of the three. They have been around for a long time. They involve Silverlight Industries, Vanguard, not DU Explorers. I'm very Solar Empire, us, of course. I think that's about the main gist of it. Well, I can go. I'm dumb. I can just go to here and just shut up. Here's the full list. Silverlight Industries, Chromium Industrial, Objective Drive Yards, Lone Star Empire, Checkling Casket, the Federated Colonies of Nova Promissa, Solar Empire, UDF, us, Corpus Valida, Nobles of Babylon, Blue Moon Crew, Valkyrie Squadron, Sony 9th Starocracy, which is renamed. They need to update this. Kree Union, I Suck, GMPS. I do suck.
Yeah, we know you suck.
This is no longer a thing. Well, they aren't members in ODY. What's this? I don't think. Golden Fox Division. I think that's the main thing right now. That's about it. But that's basically the full list. So they are definitely a large force to reckon with. The third organization, and this might come to a surprise to some people, but when you think about it and when I explain it, probably you won't think that it's a huge surprise. This tiny little clusterfuck down here, right here, this organization. When you think about it, GLSU is basically a alliance or coalition of several new and small organizations and that is who we want to cater to, of course, that decided to join us. Our org list is definitely the hugest list. I have a full list right here. We have the Atom Corporation, Valhalla, the Exalt Kingdom, Black Knights, Planetary Federation, Tears Rise, Engineers Union, Atari Empire, Nexion Armada, Pengazord, Fallen Leaders. Well, that's now GMPS. Apologies, and I haven't updated this list either. I love how I called out the Cinderfall list for not being updated, and then I see my list isn't updated. Shit. Valkyrie Squadron, Alioth Industries, Magnetic Monks, Cranberry Collective, Exodus Empire, Vertec, Trade Conglomerate, UPR, Kree Union, Game of Duel, Sony 9th, that needs to be renamed, Opium Federation, Zilla Army, Down Under Limits, Federal Trade Org, Union, Goblin Mercenary Force, Infinite Order, Protection Squad 14, Brotherhood, Fringe Exoplanet Cartel, EV Flight Systems, Axios Empire, Buck Clenches, Apex Spec Ops, Hazar Republic, Dark Syndicate, Space Pirates, ASZ, Special Mining, SMAT, and now Open Space. They are actually a new member today, new associate today, so welcome to them if they ever watch this, which I doubt that they will. But we definitely have the largest, I think, organization list out of the thing, even though we have the least amount of members because they're all 1 or 2 person organizations. But those are, I think, right now the 3 largest alliance / coalition type organizations. And the reason, and my opinion on what's going to happen now that you see this whole thing is you're going to start seeing more and more power grabs, I think. You're going to start seeing these alliances start to kind of oh, hi Code. We promoted your work on the CSYN TV, so you're welcome. That'll be $100 out of advertising costs. Thank you. Anyways, I don't know. I just feel like once initial release comes out, people will overall, I think, be kind of cool for the first 3 months, but I think After that, once people get established, you're going to start seeing a lot more power grabs, and I think you will start to see, like I said, as once the 6 month or the year, you will start to see the change, as I'm going to call it. You will start to see these larger organizations, including us. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, all these other orgs are going to die and then we're just going to power on through it. No, we will probably not make it through, unfortunately, as I think all the orgs really won't make it through, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 lucky ones, which, holy shit, they'll definitely be lucky. You will see all of these die and emerge, and out of that you will see emerging organizations such as we'll send a check over. Thank you. I appreciate that. You'll start to see the emergence of newer organizations that will be established more after the release of the game. And my opinion on it is that these organizations that are established now, I believe they are working a little bit ahead of schedule, and I was worried about this when I was starting GLSU. To be honest, I think you're going to start seeing the organizations die because they have everything set up. You have constitutions, you have people being the heads of departments for a game that isn't even out yet, and we have so little information about when you think about it, when you put it into perspective, in my opinion. And I just think that these organizations are going to struggle to adapt to the real game scenarios and the real game politics with these established constitutions and legal documents. When the game actually comes out, I just think that they won't be able to adapt. And I especially worry about that with what we're saying with my organization. Because we actually just finished our own constitution. It's very primitive constitution, of course. However, I think it won't be very. I think it's going to be very rigid in its thing, and I think it's going to be very hard to. I think mine is going. I think ODY is going to die because their members are insane, courtesy of Code 24. Send help. But to be honest, though, I just think that these documents that people are creating are so rigid and so structured that they won't give enough fluidity. And if people do a major change, which I think you will start to see a lot of organizations doing when the game comes out, you'll see people doing major changes to the constitutions, to these legal documents, and you just won't. That people will start to leave because they won't like the ideas anymore that the organizations stand for. And with that, you'll see the emergence of organizations, the more powerful organizations in these alliances, in these larger organizations, kind of sweep up these members and just kind of become, I think, the powerhouses that I'm talking about. You have any thoughts on it, Pengo? I feel like I feel like I'm kind of leaving you out. I'm kind of like just I'm the only one talking here.
You said that you don't think a lot of the groups are going to survive. I think a lot of them will.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because even though that we're not there yet, it's not out yet, and we don't really know what to expect, it doesn't mean that groups aren't going to survive. I think plenty of the groups will survive. I mean, even Terran Union might even survive. It's just a matter of whether or not their leaders, the leaders of the groups, can sort of keep everything under control, at least until alpha release. Because once alpha releases, they'll be able to start getting an idea of what's going on, how it's going to work, and better restructure everything and get everything where it needs to be. Well, you might see groups might lose massive number of members, but groups that were once large will probably recover because it will already be popular, even if they don't have a whole lot of members.
True. I don't know.
So they will have the fact that they were already popular going for them.
I guess I can kind of see that, but to be honest, I'm not very familiar with leadership of outside organizations, but to be honest, with what you said about Terran Union surviving, with how much hate the leaders with how much hate Universal G and Darius were getting, yeah, I don't think they're surviving. But I do kind of.
I mean, look at the crap that TVR pulled, yet they're still surviving. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's the key word there. Unfortunately, but I don't know. I can see your point. But to be honest, it's my pessimistic kind of overview on everything in life. I'm very pessimistic, and I just think that it's not going to work out between a lot of the organizations. I just think that they're either going to have huge power struggles in the game in the beginning, like in the beginning year of the game, that will kind of ruin themselves, and then you'll see that, or internal problems. Bringing back my talk from last week with Comrade Demarest, Rise and Fall of Empires, or in this specific thing, organizations, internal problems, external pressures. I think those are going to be huge, and to be honest, I don't see a way out of it. I think that, I mean, I appreciate your kind of optimism on a lot of the bigger orgs will last, and to be honest, I really hope that they do. I just don't think they will, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the bigger orgs will last because they're big. Not because their structure may be the best initially, but because they're big, they'll have more members to work with. So they have a larger pool of resources in the end as well because of the more members. Not even so much because of the number of members, but definitely because of the number of members. But basically, they could withstand to lose, say, 20 people, and it won't affect them that much.
Yeah.
That's why I think that the larger groups will have a much higher chance of succeeding because they have more members. They lose a couple of members, it's not a big of a deal because they'll still have a good number of them.
Yeah.
Just so long as they're smart and they listen to their members and they don't just go, oh, this is how it's going to be, get over it or leave. And then that's when everyone leaves and they're now a small group that no one cares about.
I guess you're right on that. To be honest, I think I'll be interested to see which one of us will be right on that. How much you want to put? Do you want to put money on it?
Shit, what money? I don't have any money.
Very true. But to be honest, I don't know. I'll be very interested to see which one of us will be right, because fucking stop annoying me with your Discord notifications. I need to turn them off whenever I do streaming. I keep on forgetting to do that though. I need to remember to do that. I apologize. I don't know. It's just to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. Nah, that's about all I can say on it. I just think that it's going to be very. I think the political climate is. Stop sending me Discord messages. All right, I don't appreciate it, but I just think that things are going to change quite a bit. I do think the political climate is going to change greatly. Whether that's the way that I described it, or another way, because the way you made it sound, Pengo, it's not like it was going to change greatly. I mean, I think you will see, in your way, I think you will definitely see.
Well, I'm not saying it won't change. I'm just saying that it might not be as drastic as you might think.
Yeah. And that's what I was getting at. Like, I definitely think that there will be new orgs. I will be interested to see, like, I would be very interested in trying to study the structure of the new, like, the current organizations, like the current large organizations, and try and kind of give my kind of figure out if they would be plausible to kind of make it through to the next, past release, past the whole change that I'm suggesting. And I kind of like to go through that. I should make that an episode, just kind of me going through all the large organizations, studying their structure, evaluating their structure, and everything like that. That'd be great. Me giving opinions on organizations I don't know much about. People would love that.
Hey, we know nothing about you, but we're gonna judge you anyways.
We're gonna judge you anyways. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck it. People don't like me enough already. With probably how much shade I've thrown in the 5 episodes I've done. In these episodes, it's just like, fuck it. You know, we're going downhill already. Let's take it down some more. Anyways, I think that's about it. Wait, oh, sorry, what'd you say, Penguin?
I said let's take people with us.
Yep, let's take some people with us. But yeah, that's about it for this one. There's a lot of other stories that happened this week that I'm going to save until next week because I feel like they wouldn't totally fit in with what we were saying today. But an overview, I'm probably going to go into a little bit more detail with DU stats and kind of describe how they updated and kind of give my opinion on how nice it is to see people are really taking websites seriously and kind of, you know, give more, you know, nice thing, say more nice things. Man, this this judge cast, we're not Q cast, we're judge cast now.
We'll just judge everything.
Yep. I mean, let's be honest, we are a political gossip channel anyways. I mean, fuck it. Let's fucking turn this into judge cast. We'll change it from Q cast to judge cast. I need to remember to do that. Anyways, but so that's one of the stories I'm going to cover next week. Probably it sounded like Dual Universe was going to, well, Nova Corp was going to release new videos about the whole thing with space travel and their things with
Yeah, I wondered. I'm really curious. Will it the space travel? Will it take time? Like, how much time will it take to get between, say, to move like a light year? Like, so if we go 1 light year in game, will it take us an hour? Will it take us a day? Will it take us 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be more of like like a wormhole type travel, where it's more instantaneous?
Mm-hmm. They gave an overview of that, like with the FTL drives during an AMA event, I think. Something like that. It was either that or during one of the early interviews that he did, like saying like, oh, it'll take like with normal space engines, it'll take like a couple minutes to go within planets and a couple days to go with new. I forget the way that it was, but yeah. Another thing that we're going to cover next week is the Aether has released something about Stargates. The what's it called again? Hold on. The Trans-Regional Aether Network. Is that it? Oh, for connectivity and enterprise, or as they like to call it, TRANS. We will be going over that next week. What else will we be going over? As I was saying before, Pengo rudely interrupted me. I'm just kidding. But what I was saying is, if Nova Quark released those new videos, they were supposed to, I think, release either this week. I think they were supposed to actually release this week, but I guess they never got around to it. We will go over that if they release any new videos. Hopefully better than what we did with the May Dev Diary. And what else? I think that's about it. Hopefully next week's episode will be a little bit more positive, to say the very least, than what this episode was. But I feel like this episode needed to happen. I think it was very important for people to kind of learn what has kind of gone on, even though probably people already know. But knowing us, I'm sure there was probably at least one person who was living under a rock. So, yeah, let's see. Pengo, you got anything to add before I sign everyone off and do my outro? You know, do some self-promotion? Anything? Pengo?
I just realized I was muted.
Anything?
Not really, but so you're telling me that it's not normal to live under a rock?
No, it's not normal to live under a rock.
Oh. Oh,
What the fuck have you been doing? Oh god, what have people been saying in the chat? Oh god. What? This is not Glory Squad. This is Judge Glory.
is it
Instead
GSL?
of Judge Judy, it's Judge Glory now.
JGSL.
Oh my god.
Got to rename
Yep.
GLSQ to
Oh,
JGSL now.
yep. No. It's JUGL. Yep. JUGL. That's a new organization name now. Need to go through and change it. Oh god. All right. I think that's about it. Kept it going for an hour, even though it was just the two of us because the butt clenches came in. Like they literally came in 2 minutes after we started.
No, it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was like a minute after.
Yeah, we started like a minute in, and they were like, "Hey, we're here now," and then we're just like, "Nope, don't worry about it. We got it. Just you guys fucked up. Just stay away."
Being late. Not with you. How could you?
Yes. How dare they? English Nazist and Eddie Miliband or Milband. No, it is Miliband. I can't read.
How dare you be late to a voluntary thing?
How dare you? Fuck you guys. All right. Anyways, speaking of which, just because they didn't join, let me remove their links from the description. Fuck their promotion. All right. Oh dear God. For all your judgy needs, JUGL. Yep. Oh God, that's great. But anyways, so
For a small fee, we'll handle your court martials for you.
oh dear. Well, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Really helps us get our content out there. Pengo's link will be in the description below. All the links to everything we discussed are again in the description below. We got links to our Twitter, Facebook, our dual universe organizations, and my Snapchat because I'm a white girl now. Yeah, I'm a white girl now, and
No one wants to see this.
Rocky actually did get Snapchat this week. I guess his what he said at the end of last week was true. He wanted to see my nudes. But anyways, how am I triggered? I'm not triggered. I'm laughing at it. It's stupid. It's funny stupid. But yeah, links to our... Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
Nothing.
No, you said something. What did you say?
No, I said nothing.
No, you said something. What did you say, bitch?
No, I said nothing.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, all of our links to social media, again, in the description. Next week, like I said, hopefully we'll be a happier cast, and hopefully everyone will be here. Cringy! Rocky! Talking to you! Better be here. I'll be pissed if you aren't.
Friggin' slackers.
Yeah. We just hired them as our department heads. We need to make sure now that this is over, go watch this. Yeah, go watch their thing. Oh yeah, I never fixed the we can't post links in the description. I mean in the chat. I never fixed that. Hango, you and I are gonna have to fix that eventually, because
It says both of us.
Cinderfall, but whoever that is on the Cinderfall chat, if you post or on the Cinderfall Syndicate YouTube channel, you fucking post shit in my chat, that's an extra $20 that you have to add to that 100. So you owe me 120 now, even though the link didn't show up because I don't allow links being posted in the chat. That doesn't matter. No.
Give us all your money.
Yes, I'll definitely be able to afford those that new headset soon.
Nah, that money's gotta be used on GLSQ. What are you talking about? See, then we can get a website.
Yeah, fuck website. You are what? What are we? An asshole. We know. I know.
Hey, it's not talking about both of us. He's talking about you. Okay, leave me out of this.
Well, Pengo. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you. Non-syndicate sanction statement. Great. Love the new name. Oh, fuck off. Someone posted that in the Cinderfall chat. Love the new name. God. All right. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next episode. And yeah, bye guys.